Becoming a homeowner can seem a little bit scary, but that might be because you heard some myths or information from somebody, but it might not be true. So I want to debunk 4 myths in this video. I'm Katie, the real estate gal in Denver, Colorado. I am a licensed real estate agent in this state. If you have any buying needs, selling needs, anything in between, I'm your gal. If you find this video helpful, please hit the like button, or if you want to subscribe, I do release videos every single Wednesday. So let's get into those 4 myths and debunk them so you can feel more confident as a home buyer. The first myth is when you purchase a home, you're taking on a large amount of debt, which the myth isn't wrong, but let's break it down a little bit to make it a little less daunting. So making a home purchase is actually one of the largest purchases that most Americans ever make. The loan terms are typically 15, 20, or 30 years long. So if you make a couple extra payments per year, you can actually shave years off of the terms. Additionally, when you make payments on your mortgage, that payment is actually going towards the equity of the home, which you get whenever you decide to sell. It's not instant gratification, but you will definitely notice when you go to sell your home in how much additional you're actually going to be making versus if you're renting. So even though you might not see it in the short run, you'll definitely see it in the long run. The second myth that I hear all the time is that you have to put 20% down. This is absolutely not true. There are so many programs where you can put 3.5% down or 5% down. For example, if you have a $500,000 house and you're putting 3.5% down, that's $17,500. If you were to be putting 20% down, that would be $100,000. That is significantly different. So this is a really great time to connect with your lender to determine what your program requirements would have you put for a down payment. On average in Colorado, 6% down payment is most common. So a $500,000 house, people are on average putting down $30,000. If you don't have those funds, completely fine. I actually just did another video on 5 tips in order to save money for a down payment. So please check that out on my page. The only reason why you put 20% down is if you have the funds for it, for one, but for 2, then you don't owe an additional amount for mortgage insurance. If you put down less, it is absolutely acceptable. Your monthly payment or mortgage might be just a little bit higher. The third myth that I want to debunk is that you have to have a perfect credit score in order to become a homeowner. Luckily, this is not true. It's very rare that someone has a perfect credit score. If you have a lower credit score, you can absolutely still be approved. Your lender is going to be looking at your credit score and your payment history, but just because that might be really low, there are many loan programs that will have financial planners work with the buyer or yourself in order to qualify for that mortgage approval. So definitely don't be discouraged if you have a less than perfect credit score. The fourth myth that I want to debunk is that you won't have the flexibility to relocate. Many experts advise homeowners to plan to stay in their home for a minimum of 3 years. However, if you do need to relocate, it happens. Divorces, getting married, relocation of jobs. And in a healthy housing market, you can absolutely sell your house relatively quickly. That's where I come in. I'd be more than happy to help advise in what the best case scenario would be. It might be a little bit more challenging if you decide that you're going to need to move after a year, but it definitely is doable. So don't be discouraged. There's always options, and I'm happy to walk those through with you. I'm Katie, the real estate gal in Denver, Colorado. I would love to help with your buying needs, your selling needs, or anything in between. Please message me if you have any things that you want to have me look further into, or myths that you've heard of what's holding you back from becoming a homeowner. If this video was helpful for you, please click the like button or subscribe because I release videos every single Wednesday. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.